Alright, we're heading into the second map between DowaQ and Rob. This time, as just said, Secret Valley. And this time Rob is spawning at the bottom of the map. Once again, he starts with the altar first. And his opponent DowaQ here at the top. In blue, starting with altar and the crypt. Not building a Acolyte yet. That's because the Ziggurat is going to be next. And then Acolyte number 5 will be put into production, which is going to happen now. And therefore we're most likely again going to see DowaQ go for a bunch of ghouls early on, you know, accompanied by a DK of course, and his opponent Rob. I would be pretty surprised if we saw anything else than a Blade Master, and he's also again going for the barracks as his third building, so no super quick tech shenanigans or you know, early shop or anything like that. Just yeah, Blade Master and a few grunts, or at least one grunt. Perhaps he's still playing one burrow tech, who knows. And DowaQ with the DK, and he's playing a bit of a strange variation of this build order, because usually what you'd see with this always is the Tome of Relics before the second Ziggurat, because as you can see right now, he's at 14, now he just went up to 16 out of 20 supply, and he doesn't really need a second Ziggurat that early on to keep up ghoul production, whereas with the timing he's built his shop right now, which was a little bit after the DK has been started being produced, his shop will not be finished by the time the DK comes out. The shop production time is like a tiny bit longer than the hero production time. So usually you'd always want to start it slightly before the hero goes into production. So I'm curious if he's just going to go ahead and like creep this and then fall back to the shop and buy something, or if he's just going to wait these few seconds as you can see right now. I'm not really sure. In the meantime, Rob has his own issues. He starts creeping the small Murloc camp, gets the claws, gets the gauntlets, excuse me, of Ogre Strength, and I guess, as you can see, DowaQ is still not using that additional Ziggurat. I guess one kind of excuse that one could make, wow, he's even losing a ghoul here, so okay, not really sure what happened there between game 1 and 2. One excuse, I guess, one possible excuse to bring up is that the DK was waiting a little bit there anyways, because he didn't want to pull all of his ghouls from lumber harvesting too early on, as probably that would have delayed his tech a little bit too much or a little bit further. So perhaps there's a bit of a reason there, but still I'm not thoroughly convinced. So yeah, the Blade Master continued with his extremely unambitious creeping, only taking two very small green camps around his main base, and now he's gonna go ahead and harass with this pretty low HP level 1 Blade Master. He stole the tome, he gets one skeleton, and he's getting pretty close to level 2 already. One more skeleton would not do it yet, but 2 more skeletons would be enough. But as the grunts continue creeping, he's getting level 2 right now as well. DK, yeah, just running around the map, but it's of course basically impossible with Secret Valley and its fountains, as well as its large number of very small creep camps, to always keep an eye on the orc and prevent him from, I'm not getting the steal here with the skeleton, and prevent him from just creeping with his grunts while the Blade Master is kind of roaming around and yeah, keeps an eye on the DK. So he's seeing the low HP grunt here, and Rob might be making a mistake here, blocking the skeleton for some additional XP on his Blade Master, because now the DK is going to be able to come in, and with 2 coils he's going to be able to finish off this grunt, unless the grunt decides to suicide itself. Or is he even going to... No, he's not getting above 100 HP again, because the creeps start attacking him after the skeletons disappeared. Unfortunately for DowaQ, no XP, but at least the grunt has gone down, which is an achievement by itself already. Tier 2 tech is soon to be finished for Rob. Another grunt is coming here. Graveyard is coming for DowaQ. Once again, his tier 2 tech is a little bit behind compared to the one of Rob. I think this time even a slightly bigger discrepancy between the starts of both players' techs. And the Blade Master, as I said, continues creeping here. Really, really difficult for DowaQ to really prevent that from happening on Secret Valley. He's got a bunch of ghouls sitting in his own base though. This time, well, he could have also moved his ghouls out to do some creeping at the green camps in the meantime. He decided not to do so though, heading towards the middle again with the DK, keeping an eye on Rob's army. The skeleton here is probably not going to provide any more XP for the Blade Master. He needs one more hit and he is not getting it. The DK is nearby there with the Unholy Aura, just making sure the skeleton doesn't get killed by the DK. This time it's the TC second for Rob and he's adding double B3 again. So thus far this is looking like the exact same strategy by Rob than that he played on Equus, but it's not going to be that, as the TC is the second hero this time, whereas Slaughterhouse and Sacrificial Pit, as well as a quick tier 3 tech, as well as a Lich second, have all been added by DowaQ here, who's moving close to the base again. I'm not sure if he saw the TC here already, who is moving right towards the natural expansion of DowaQ this time. So it looks like this time it is going to be Rob who's gonna try to get away with some aggressive creeping, and it looks like he's going to be able to do so, as DowaQ's DK is on the wrong side of the map, stomped first by this TC. Ring of Regeneration found, and the first two Wind Riders are soon to spawn already. Rob does not add another burrow though, so he's not gonna have any production for a pretty long time. And he still doesn't seem to entirely realize it. In the meantime, Lich is out, Nova first once again. Slaughterhouse starts producing the first statue. This time, Rob realizes that the base was open and he's gonna go ahead and chop down that first Acolyte, or at least he's going to try to do so. But not successfully thus far. But he's winning some time for his TC to continue creeping together with the first Wind Rider and 3 Grunts. It looks like none of the Acolytes have been lost here on the side of DowaQ, so thus far he's done a good job. Rob still has plenty of mana, so he can easily finish this one off and do some more damage to the next one. And now he's trapped, and it's going to be difficult for him to kill more Acolytes, as well as make sure that he's going to get out alive. So he's killing one more Acolyte, he's going for the Ziggurat, and quite a quick cancel there by the Undead player, who in the meantime continues creeping as well, and he's found the Scourge Bone Chimes here. One Gargoyle out once again, second Gargoyle out once again, so it looks like he's again anticipating the Wind Riders, and yeah, rightfully so. This Blade Master does have so much mana. He's gonna have one last Windwalk, and it looks like he's gonna have to use that one to finally get going. DowaQ continues with his pretty ambitious creeping here, but this could turn out very, very painful for the Undead player. He coils the Lich, he did finish the Ogre Magi already, as well as the Ogre Warrior, did find Boots of Speed here, and is he going to be able to force the TP here? I'm not even sure of that. There are no Raiders, there's only the TC with Stomp, and except for the DK, nothing is really low here, and the DK at the fountain is also regenerating quite quickly, but as the BM is coming in, Rob might just be able to force the Town Portal. Blade Master has another Windwalk available in the meantime, which might still not be enough. That Grunt is trying to block, but he isn't able to do so, and DowaQ is escaping. The remainders of this creep camp are gonna go to Rob, which is going to provide level 3 on his TC already, so some quite great leveling this time by Rob, especially compared to map number 1. He's got level 3 Blade Master, level 3 TC against 2.5 and 1 on the side of DowaQ. Yeah, that's of course unfortunate for DowaQ, who wanted to now creep here simultaneously, but this one was gone already by the time he arrived there, so his creep route definitely was quite well countered by Rob on this particular map, and a big mana potion for the TC, a big Invo potion found previously on the other shop. So things are looking quite fine so far for Rob. 37 supply only for DowaQ, 49 for Rob, but yeah, DowaQ once again is going to gather some statues and then just go for this very explosive army of a few gargoyles, of a bunch of mana destroyers and a lot of frenzy ghouls. And yeah, of course he's gonna give one big fight, I'm assuming, or he's going to try to give one big fight his best shot in this one. Once again, the expansion is being produced by Rob. This time it might be more difficult to cancel that one than it was on Equus previously for DowaQ. And it looks like, are we going to see the fight already? One Bat Rider is getting rid of one of the gargoyles. The second gargoyle is not falling here thanks to the coil, which is still only level 1 though, as the DK has not quite been able to reach level 3. Nova is coming into the Wind Riders, slowing them down just a little bit. And I guess with, does he even need to coil? No. The Wind Riders are turning around already. I was about to say with one more coil, DowaQ should definitely be able to save this destroyer, but as I just said, he didn't even need it. And another green creep camp is approached by DowaQ, and it looks like he's gonna get away with it, as Rob is just gathering up here, but he's going to be too late to do anything about this DK reaching level 3. Lich in the meantime level 2 as well. The Blade Master is coming in onto the ensnared destroyer, doing some damage immediately. Next gargoyle is coming in, but the destroyer has already fallen. The Wind Riders are being pulled back here. Frostworm is joining by DowaQ, which I completely glossed over. And I'm not sure if the focus fire is already strong enough, but there are 2 more Wind Riders coming in for the Orc, but he's already pulled the trigger on his town portal and he's gotten out of that fight. Alright, so I was saying previously he's gonna plan to go for this big explosive army with destroyers, mana destroyers, ghouls and a few gargoyles, but adding a worm, nothing that I anticipated too much because of what I said on map number 1. The focus fire of these Wind Riders is just very, very strong against the Frostworm, who also has the light armor like the destroyer. So Frostworm, quite an uncommon choice against mass Wind Riders. But we'll see if DowaQ is going to be able to make it work. He's getting the red camp here and he's getting the Pipe of Insight, amazing item for him. And he's got the level 3/3 by now. He's got 48 supply against 60 already. 0-1 upgrade on his destroyers and worms. And he's going for the attack on the expansion. He's going to be able to get rid of the burrow quite easily. The Blade Master is once again going to have to be very careful here. And the Wind Riders are flying in, immediately coil on the Frostworm and a TP out. He's not at all willing to take this fight. 2 Bat Riders are coming in and he's not getting the kill on this worm. Quite a big deal here for Rob, who's just spent so much resources and damage output on this worm. He still was able to force the TP, and DowaQ, as I said, is gonna have a difficult time engaging with this Frostworm against the large damage output that Rob has available to himself against that one. And he just immediately threw the coil on the worm and pressed the TP, even though the worm had hardly taken any damage previously, but perhaps still turned out to be the right choice, as the worm barely survived in the end. So Great Hall is up, or expansion is up and running. Rob is gonna get the second red camp right now. He's gonna hope for similar item luck than that DowaQ had previously. XP home for the TC, and the Blade Master gets Legion Doomhorn, so yeah, for him also quite a great item. And he's adding a second worm even. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 statues. 50 gold only though. And okay, another cigarette, just about to finish. I was about to say he's only got a supply to morph one more destroyer, but scratch that. He's pulling all the ghouls right now. He's morphing one more destroyer for the moment. He has to wait for more gold, and he didn't rebuy a town portal, so it looks like this is already going to be a big all-in push by the undead player. Morphing another destroyer right now, draining more mana. He's gonna have 3 destroyers fully loaded with mana and 2 frostworms, 62 supply against 61. And Rob does have a town portal. Okay, so I was just thinking. He's totally on the opposite side of the map, but he's going to TP in IE matching quite aggressively. And DowaQ is hiding part of his army here, not revealing his true power. Currently, the Bad Riders are coming in, not getting a kill on this worm, though the DK could and should throw the coil. The Wind Riders try to get some focus fire in, but that was a terrible start to this fight for Rob, and DowaQ is marching forward. He's killing the burrow. The Lich is the first target here. Nova is coming in. Speed score used by the Organ. He's charging forward against that Lich. The first Frostworm has been focused down. Immediately look at the damage output onto these Frostworms, and he's gonna get those killed probably, but no, he's not even getting those killed, and this fight has just turned out to be perfect for DowaQ, who is up by like 20 supply right now. Stomp is coming in. He's going for the Lich once again, but there is another coil on the DK, and there's really only 2 heroes left standing for Rob, who's spending another Stomp just to get away here, and who once again does have an expansion, but nothing left standing to defend it. Bad Rider has killed the Gargoyle, which DowaQ is going to be quite glad about, or he's going to be able to live with, let's put it like that. The Lich is taking a bit of damage, but Rob can really not stay in this fight, but he's going back. Nevertheless, there is still a Nova on this Lich. Heal score used, and Nova kills the Blade Master. And now only the TC is left standing, and GG by Rob. 2-0 for DowaQ. This game definitely went somewhat well for Rob, and he got a decent level advantage. He got the expansion up, and I think just the last 2 fights went completely terrible for the Orc player, to be honest. The first one where DowaQ was able to fly in with one worm and his heroes, and kill the burrow and deal quite a lot of damage to the economy at the expansion. He was able to basically only spend the town portal, whereas, as I said, Rob took a lot of damage on the ground, and he spent those 2 Bad Riders, which didn't do anything. And then in that second fight, I think that was quite a genius move there by DowaQ, keeping the majority of his air army away from the fight, only showing, I think, 1 destroyer and 1 worm, or perhaps 2 destroyers and 1 worm. And Rob quite confidently town portaled in very, very aggressively, and he paid the price for it immediately. And for a moment, it looked like DowaQ could run into trouble. Nevertheless, as his first worm was focused out immediately, and the second one was on the brink of dying, but he managed to keep that one alive. He managed to kill all of the units of Rob, and therefore managed to win the game against Rob. So this means, well, multiple things. For one, Rob, who needed 1 map in this best of 3, didn't get that 1 map, so Rob is out. Also, Lily C, who needed a 2-1 victory for Rob, is also out. And DowaQ's group stage is at least finished. So he is currently at 6 points, at 5 to 6 maps. And he's gonna have to hope for Lily C to beat Fire with 2-0. Lily C, just as a reminder, was able to beat Fire in the finals of the first season, but we'll see if he's going to be able to do so again this time, and if he's going to be able to do so with a 2-0 score. If Fire wins a single map against Lily C on the final playday, he's going to be at 5 to 6 maps as well, at 6 points as well, but the direct comparison is going to favor Fire, as he was able to beat DowaQ with 2-0 on playday number 1. So that's what it's going to come down to. That's it for this time. That's it for playday number 6. Next up is going to be a completely unimportant Orc Mirror, though, between Rob and Grubby. I hope you'll check it out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and you're going to give it a positive rating and positive verbal feedback, and I'll see you next time. Bye.